Vampires is about a group of vampire hunters who are pretty good at what they do until they meet a vampire that's more powerful than they ever imagined. It's a goofy horror that was made by John Carpenter in the late 90s and has kind of an interesting premise. It starts by introducing the main characters, Jack Crow and Anthony Montoya. Oh, is the son important in this movie? So they all drive up to this house, and I wonder what's inside, or who. And then we get a minute and a half of them getting their weapons ready to Western music. Why do I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of this in this movie? So they're looking in the house, and they find a dead body, and this guy's kind of skittish.
Suck it up.
That was mean. So they find their first vampire, and holy crap! Do they even have any more ammo left after that? I hope they don't have to do that with every vampire. And she's still alive. But anyway, they kill the vampires by dragging them outside, and they get a little overcooked. But they don't find the master of the group.
Nice! Goons, man!
I only count 8 heads. Did I miss one, or can he just not count? What the hell was that? So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this guy is the master. And he bites Katrina and kills off all the hunters without it showing much gore to avoid an NC-17 rating. I'm not kidding. The MPAA threatened to rate this movie NC-17 if they didn't tone down the violence. Because, you know, adults can't handle violence, but this topic could be a whole nother video. Jack, Anthony, and Katrina are the only ones to escape, and they almost crash into literally the only other thing that's in the road. But their car gets destroyed, so they go for a walk and steal a car. Then Jack goes back to the hotel, and I'm gonna guess no one called the cops about like 20 people getting murdered, or the guy butchering the bodies, or him setting the hotel on fire. No? Okay, cool. Just checking. Oh, so now someone noticed. So it turns out that the master vampire's name is Valak, and he's the original vampire from like 600 years ago. And he knew where they were because the Catholic Church has a traitor in their midst. I wonder who that could be. So, if they're hunting vampires, why don't they just use crosses or garlic to kill them?
Crosses don't work. Garlic? When I try garlic, you stand there with garlic around your neck. When you bend you over.
Oh, that's why. Father Adam tells Jack that Valak is looking for a way to be able to walk in the sunlight, and I wonder if he's gonna find it towards the end of the movie. But after a couple days, Katrina is able to see through the master's eyes and watches him kill a maid. So while she's in the bathroom, this idiot falls asleep, and she tries to kill herself. But he stops her. He gets caught in the process, shows her his wound, and she bites him. And he gets mad, although I don't know what he was expecting, showing an open wound to someone who's turning into a vampire. Does anyone else think that this guy kind of looks like Alec Baldwin? Oh, okay. So Katrina links to Valak again, and sees him looking at a map with a priest, and he kills the priest, and she freaks out. So then they go to that church to investigate, but they don't know where the priest is. But an officer comes and finds them at the most convenient time. Oh look, now he's got more followers. And I guess they're able to fill these holes perfectly flat from the inside. And it turns out what Valak is looking for is some cross thing. Well, that only took forever to find out. And Valak and his gang kill a bunch of preachers, or maybe they're monks? I'm really not sure. But anyway, and then he finds the cross. So after that, Father Adam reveals that he knew everything about Valak this whole time, but kept it a secret. So everything that has happened in this movie is basically his fault. So Katrina tells them where Valak is, so they go to the church, and oh no, the cross is gone. So then they go to St. Monica, and oh good, we get more of watching them get their weapons ready while the Western music plays in the background. But they go into this abandoned building, and the vampires attack them, and Father Adam actually kills one of them. Montoya throws one outside, and what was that? This movie is so dumb. I love it. But Father Abraham goes into the elevator and actually holds his own against one of the vampires. So he learns pretty quick. Either he's missing or they forgot to put in the rest of the effects. So when they started this whole thing, the sun was at the highest point in the sky. But now the sun is practically set. So I guess they spent all day killing 4 vampires. These guys might kinda suck at their job. And Katrina finally turns into a vampire and kills Montoya. Although I don't know why, if he's turning into one himself, unless it's like an all or nothing type deal, like you're either a vampire or you're not, and there's no in between. I don't know. But anyway, instead of just killing Jack, like any good villain would do, Valak keeps him alive to witness the ceremony, like every other villain would do. I guess he kept Jack alive because he needs his blood for the ritual, but you don't really need him alive for that. And it's revealed that the Cardinal is the traitor, and that he has been helping Valak. Who could have guessed that? Okay, are Valak's fangs like retractable or something? Because he doesn't have his fangs in this shot. Wait, he's still alive? There's no way he's still alive. But seriously, what happened to Valak's fangs? I assume it was to make it easier for the actor to talk, but still, it's really distracting. That is not the way this cross would have fell. Then Jack goes after Valak, and after a fight, he breaks the support beam to expose Valak to the sun, and he explodes for some reason, even though that's not what happened with any of the other vampires. And Katrina is back to being a human, except I'm about 90% sure that's not how vampires work. So with Valak now dead, Montoya tries to leave with Katrina, but Adam tries to stop him, since he's still turning into a vampire. But Jack breaks it up and lets him go, and then these two just go back to kill the rest of the vampires. This movie is actually a lot better than I was expecting it to be. Some of the acting is over the top, and the special effects are really cheesy, but I feel like it was made that way on purpose. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.